Charlotte Flair is like on top of the women's division without seemingly pulling others up to that position. Have you ever seen Charlotte put somebody over and like it feels like, wow, that is a next person here? Like Charlotte loses, yes, but has she ever really made someone else feel like that is the next person? Has she crowned the next person? I've never felt like it. And let me know if you have down below in the comments. I have never felt like Charlotte has done that. But Becky Lynch has made a name for herself, especially over the last year, to do that. She is making names. She is doing the business. She is performing at a high level. She's telling a story in the background with Rhea Ripley. She's doing stuff in the foreground with what we're seeing on TV. And people are saying that she's overpushed. I just don't get it. So since the win at the Elimination Chamber, all I've been seeing everywhere is Becky Lynch is overpushed. Overpushed. What do we mean when we say this? Are we saying that we're putting her in everything? She's the center of everything. She's winning all the titles? Because to be honest, that's not what I see. That would be a Charlotte Flair type situation. And Becky Lynch is far from being booked like Charlotte Flair, in my opinion. In regards to Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, and that obviously now being the match for WrestleMania for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, this is a story that they've been telling since maybe summer 2023, maybe even just before that. I feel like a lot of fans forget, you know, the fleeting looks that these two have had with each other backstage, making entrances, walking past one another. They've been slowly bubbling and telling this story for maybe 9 months now. So when we say overpush, that she gets all the opportunities, what else did you guys want? Now, I know the answer to that. The answer, as per what the internet would say, is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has just returned from injury. Liv Morgan that made it to the Royal Rumble last person. Again, 2 years in a row, by the way. Didn't win either of them, but she was in the Royal Rumble. According to some sides of the fan base, they would have preferred Liv Morgan to win the Royal Rumble. According to some sides of the fan base, they would have preferred Liv Morgan to win the Elimination Chamber. Like, what are we doing here? We're complaining about someone being overpushed, but you just want to bring someone back from injury of the stature of Liv Morgan and give them everything immediately. Even Cody Rhodes, aren't we still here waiting for Cody Rhodes' story? Like, that shouldn't be the case. Maybe it was the case previously, in previous regimes, but I think we can tell now Triple H has made a concerted effort for everything to be a long-term story. All the big storylines, all the big action and all the big decisions are based around long-term stories. And we are seeing that with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley and what's been playing out. So the question that is stated on the title is the Becky Lynch push fair or unfair? So firstly, let's talk about it being unfair, as some may think. Now, okay, yes, you can give opportunities to loads of other people, but are those people deserving? Are those people really deserving over a stretch of 9 to 12 months to tell a story, to captivate the crowd, to want to see them at WrestleMania? I'm not sure how many of those women on the roster really are. And I don't mean just see on WrestleMania, I mean be in these big stories, be in these title pictures. People want Liv Morgan. Now, there's a little movement happening online akin to what we saw with Cody Rhodes some weeks ago about we want Liv Morgan. WWE seemingly are playing into this as well because they've done a little thing backstage on Raw where Liv Morgan walked past Becky Lynch, because obviously Becky Lynch interrupted her match with Nia Jax, and saying that, you know, not everything revolves around you. I thought that was really good. I thought it was really good to kind of plant those seeds. Should those seeds culminate at WrestleMania? No, they don't need to. Not everything needs to be for WrestleMania. Some things need to go beyond WrestleMania, so we have stories post WrestleMania. I'm not even sure how much longer I can sit around and try to make arguments for if this is unfair. Like, there was a women's Royal Rumble. The winner of that Rumble was Bayley, and she picked who she wanted to face for the title at WrestleMania. If there's anything unfair, that Bayley needs more TV time off the back of that win. Now, even after the Royal Rumble, we know there's Elimination Chamber because we know there's another champion. So the Elimination Chamber determines who is going to face that other champion. In this case, it was Rhea Ripley. We needed to find a contender for Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And if you ever thought anyone other than Becky Lynch was winning that Elimination Chamber, that's on you. I really think it was fairly obvious, but like a good kind of obvious, that she was going to get there. They kind of went past Nia Jax, that Nia Jax had a big match on the night at the Elimination Chamber, and Becky Lynch was doing all the promo stuff with Rhea Ripley as if the Nia Jax match never existed. If anything, it's unfair that they kind of dismissed Nia Jax's chances of winning that match and really kind of foreshadowed the fact it was going to be Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. That's probably what's unfair. But in terms of being fair, like I said, Becky Lynch has done the work in the past 9 to 12 months. Becky Lynch had a feud with Trish Stratus, which was, you know, really long in places, like completely boring in other places, some really good matches in it, including matches against Trish Stratus in a cage. She put over Zoe Starks in the process. Then fresh out of that feud, she went over to NXT. She put over some women in NXT. She won the NXT title, putting over Tiffany Stratton, making Tiffany Stratton a super big star with their Extreme Rules match. She then dropped that title to Lyra Valkyria in NXT. She then had a match with Tegan Nox. She then had a match with Xia Li. Like, she done all of this stuff in and around that time, from winning the NXT championship to losing the NXT women's championship, and we're still saying like she's undeserved. She didn't belong. She shouldn't have had those opportunities. She's done nothing but claw, as well as tell this Rhea Ripley story in the background while she's putting over others and doing things to push up the women's division. Yeah, like Charlotte, I've said on the past in this channel, Charlotte Flair is like on top of the women's division without seemingly pulling others up to that position. Have you ever seen Charlotte put somebody over and like it feels like, wow, that is a next person here? Like, Charlotte loses, yes, but has she ever really made someone else feel like that is the next person? Has she crowned the next person? I've never felt like it, and let me know if you have down below in the comments. I have never felt like Charlotte has done that, but Becky Lynch has made a name for herself, especially over the last year, to do that. She is making names, she is doing the business, she is performing at a high level, she's telling a story in the background with Rhea Ripley, she's doing stuff in the foreground with what we're seeing on TV, and people are saying that she's overpushed. I just don't get it. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm ranting now, so I'm gonna be done soon, but I just had to get this off my chest because I feel like this was so well done with everything. And now let's just consider Rhea Ripley before we get out of here. Rhea Ripley is a complete star, and I think we can all see that, especially following Elimination Chamber. She is so good. Rhea Ripley now needs to face somebody that is like on her level in terms of stardom. I was very much of the idea that Becky Lynch was going to beat Rhea Ripley for this title at WrestleMania. When they started telling this story last year, 2023, that's what I thought was gonna happen, 100%. But now I'm not so sure. I will be putting on my sheet that Rhea Ripley is going to beat Becky Lynch for this title, and Becky's gonna understand it, Becky's gonna get it, and Becky's gonna keep moving on. And then we can have the feuds with a Liv Morgan, then we can have the feuds with a Raquel Rodriguez and all these other people. Like, those feuds are still gonna be there, nothing's going to happen, but this is WrestleMania. We have to use the big stars, and to pretend that Liv Morgan, just coming off the back of an injury, is worthy of taking the women's world heavyweight title place against Rhea Ripley without really doing any work. Like, guys, come on. I just don't think that's realistic. Like, one day Liv's name is going to be up there. It's going to hold that weight. She's already been a women's champion, already been a tag team champion. Were those runs significant? Probably not. There's probably still some stuff she can do to, you know, cement her name further before she has like a real kind of Rhea Ripley-esque run that we're seeing now. Liv Morgan, it's not her time right now. Raquel Rodriguez, not right now. There's probably a lot of other women that people want to see pushed right now. But we go with what we know. We need to still make Rhea Ripley the ultimate star. They've chosen Becky Lynch to do it, and it's going to be a fantastic match, and they're going to do a great job. And this is what it comes down to. Is the Becky Lynch push fair? Yes, it is fair. It's deserved, it's fair, it's needed more than anything. I know Liv Morgan's got a rabid fan base, so yeah, if you people want to get in my comments and talk to me about Liv Morgan and why it should be her instead of Becky Lynch, please go ahead and do it. I just hope half of you are being honest with yourselves and this isn't just a thing where you fancy Liv Morgan. But I can 100% hear it. It's good to see new people get a chance at the top. On this occasion, I don't think the timing has worked out more than anything for the likes of a Liv Morgan. But it's right for Becky, it's right for Rhea. The story has been there for such a long time now. Let's get it done. Like I said, let me know down below in the comments, do you think Becky Lynch is being over pushed? Is her push fair? Is it unfair? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. If this is your first time on this channel, what's up? My name's Mex. I make videos on WWE and AEW. So if that sounds like something for you, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell and hit the like button as well if you enjoyed today's video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.